Good morning and welcome to Ethical Decision Making. In this brief overview, we will talk about the essentials of the decision-making process, the criteria of a good decision, the 5 sources of ethical standards, and REST's model of moral action. Ethics refers to standards of behavior that tell us how human beings ought to act in the many situations in which they find themselves, as friends, parents, children, citizens, business people, teachers, and professionals. There are many ethical decision-making models, but all involve breaking the dilemma down into pieces and analyzing those pieces to construct an ethical solution. Essential aspects of the decision-making process are problem context, perceived problem state, problem identification, representation, acceptance, and problem solving. To make a good decision, you must thoroughly canvass a wide range of alternative courses of action. You should survey the full range of objectives to be fulfilled and the values implicated by the choice to be made. You must carefully weigh whatever you know about the costs and risks of negative consequences, as well as the positive consequences that could flow from each alternative. You should correctly assimilate and take into account any new information or expert judgment, even when that information or judgment does not support the course of action you initially decided on. You should re-examine the positive and negative consequences of all known alternatives, including those originally regarded as unacceptable, before making your final choice. Lastly, you should make detailed provisions for implementing or executing the chosen course of action. Pay special attention to contingency plans that might be required if various known risks were to materialize. There are 5 sources of ethical standards. The utilitarian approach, which tries to increase the benefit of the decision and also reduce the harm done. There's the rights approach, which is that the best decision protects the moral rights of the parties involved. There's the fairness or justice approach, in which all humans should be treated equally, and if unfairly, then all unfairly. There's the common good approach. That deals with what is good and common to society at large. It focuses on compassion and respect for the vulnerable. Lastly, there's the virtues approach. It focuses on decisions that help us achieve our highest potential as humans, like integrity, love, fidelity, compassion, and generosity. Making good ethical decisions requires a trained sensitivity to ethical issues and a practice method for exploring the ethical aspects of a decision and weighing those considerations that should impact our choice of a course of action. REST's model of moral action has provided a useful framework that has been widely used to describe the moral decision process of individuals in the workplace. It describes how various cognitive structures and processes involved in the ethical decision-making process combine to produce an individual's ethical behavior. The first component is the ethical sensitivity that an ethical dilemma exists. The second component is prescriptive reasoning that results in the prescriptive judgment of the ideal solution to a particular ethical dilemma. The third component, ethical motivation, involves the formulation of one's ethical intention of whether to comply or not to comply with his or her ethical judgment. The outcome of the third component is an individual's ethical decision choice. The fourth component results in the ethical behavior or action in resolving that ethical dilemma and is a function of the individual's ethical character. There is a myriad of factors to consider when making an ethical decision. The more complex the ethical dilemma, the more vigilant the information search should be to reach the best decision and to minimize post-decision regret in the event of a mistake. The most important aspect is to analyze as many alternatives as you can, and then to weigh the positives and the negatives of each alternative. Thank you for your attention. Have a great day.